welcome y'all to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother John.
I am the one and only Mr. Edmond.
And this program is being brought to you as part of the New Image Project of the Community Development and Training Center, aka See That.
See that.
And we like to thank y'all for tuning in, helping us to redefine what's cool, because smart is
the new gangster.
Baby, baby. And if you don't know,
now you know.
No. That's what I'm talking about, man. So tag a friend, y'all. We up. It's Freestyle Friday, man. A lot of stuff happening in the world, a lot of stuff going on around us, and we got a power-packed program today. It's the Freestyle Friday Fiesta. You do good morning around the world, man.
New Wavy?
New Wavy. What is that one? That's 9.
Oh. I saw the boys on 9.
On 909. Nueve, Settle, Nueve. 9. What up, though? Flower Bona, how you doing? All the things, man. What's good with you, Mr. Edmond?
Oh, man, making it happen, Cabin.
Okay. Yeah. You got some events coming up, too, right?
Yes, man. Big shout out to Dominion Worship, the Florida Rising team, Gabby, put together the turkey giveaway that's happening in Charles Park.
Okay.
Anybody know Dominion Worship is across from the old docks? If you
from there, you know it's right across the street from docks.
Yeah. You know what I'm
40th and 12th. Yeah.
40th and 12th. You know what I'm saying? Big shout out to JJ. He was on the show last Wednesday.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's amazing stuff, man.
Day before yesterday. That's how the old people said. He was here the day before yesterday. Was that Monday? Monday? Yeah, Wednesday. It was Wednesday because I think we met. And after the meeting, I was like, man, you got to come in and rap with us, man. And he was able to come through.
That's good, though.
So the goal, I think he said 75 or 100 turkeys or something like that. Starting at 10 o'clock.
Yep. It's an amazing situation, man. It was an amazing donation given.
Right.
So I don't want to get a cat out of the bag, but yeah.
Okay, some things happening over there.
The birds are there. The birds have landed.
Yeah, the birds have landed. It's 10 o'clock on Saturday morning. Yes. That's tomorrow.
Yes, that's tomorrow.
Man, these weeks going by real quick for me, man.
These years going by, man. I looked at the calendar and it was 2023.
Yeah. Almost 2024. Like the end, like we at the end of it.
Hey, I wouldn't say good riddance, but 2023.
Yeah, it's been a ride.
Man, 2023 being pressure, man.
Yeah.
Right. And the type of pressure 2023, the type of pressure 2023 is it's the pressure that make or break you. That diamond pressure. Yeah. That pressure that make diamond.
Yeah.
When they talk about it,
they be talking about
that was 2023.
Yeah, 23 was that one,
man. The pressure that made the diamond.
Yeah, because it did really introduce us to a new normal, because 2022 was like still kind of after pandemic and that whole thing, and now it's like, okay,
it's regular now.
It's regular and it ain't regular.
Regular,
but not regular. A lot of things popping. So I want to give a shout out to the Palmetto Park Neighborhood Association too. They're doing a neighborhood cleanup tomorrow. So if you live in Palmetto Park, or if you're interested in, just helping out, you want to find something to do, there's a neighborhood cleanup tomorrow morning, 8 a.m.
I want to say this.
Yep.
A lot of people don't know where Palmetto Park at.
Yeah, Palmetto Park is I want to say 34th Street to like 22nd Street.
Okay.
And then 5th Avenue to 18th Avenue, roughly.
Okay.
Yeah. Roughly, yeah. Kind of, the lines deviate a little bit, but yeah. It's on the other side of Charles Park.
Yeah.
Yeah, Palmetto Park and neighborhood is and a lot of good things happening over there too, man.
I think we need to get these neighborhoods together, man, so we can know each other, man. I know they got the situation already, but
right.
Every situation ain't for everybody.
No, that's right. That's absolutely right. I went to the Full Circle Moment last night too, man. Dr. Kanika Thompson.
Talk about it.
Oh man, it was amazing. I've never seen that many people in that space.
That's good.
Yeah, it was packed, man, wall to wall in there.
That's good.
And Dr. Tomlin did her thing, man. She really, was highlighting the disparities. One of the things that I heard you talk about it, but she put it, in front of this room full of people who probably had never seen it.
Mm-hmm.
But she talked about the data that shows that people on Snell Island live 16 years longer than people in Campbell Park.
Yeah, we were talking about that, man.
And yeah.
It get even deeper because I'll say the people who live across 4th Street
Yeah.
Old Southwest, old Southeast,
Yeah.
live 6 to 7 years longer than the people who live in Harbordale.
Yeah.
Straight across 40.
Yeah, just one street over.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, because they had like a tool where you can put in addresses.
Yes.
And
So I didn't know Snell Island was a full
16 years.
20 years. That's almost that's 2 decades.
That's a lifetime. Yeah, I think it was like 88 and 66 or something like that.
Yes, and a lot of
average lifespan.
And a lot of people in our communities are dying at 50, 40.
Yeah, for real. My sister, 53. My dad, 53.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Pressure.
Yeah, it is, man. So yeah, so that was amazing, man. Again, it's a lot of turkey giveaways. We still compiling them so that we can put them on the
D7
on
Speaks.
D7 Speaks. Yeah,
y'all go to D7 Speaks. If you're looking for information that ain't regularly available,
yeah,
I want to say big shouts out to you. D7 Speaks is become almost like a newspaper.
Okay,
right? That thing
I
coming.
appreciate that.
Listen, that thing coming with it, man. I be seeing it. I'm like,
just, man, look, that was one of the things that came out in those town halls was we needed transparent communication is what they called it.
No, listen, that's good work, man. Because honestly, as a community, we don't know what be going on.
Yeah,
and I told people because they be, people know that I'm active,
right?
They know that I'm into something, and this and that there. But one of the hardcore facts of it is the average person in their day don't necessarily have the capacity to take on everything that's coming.
Right.
Like all these events, this event, that event, that event. Yep. They don't have that kind of capacity. And so it becomes overwhelming. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so it's overwhelming for me sometimes. So
so we're gonna talk about it. I actually, that's why I was making sure that you was in here, because we want to talk about these challenges, man. Because making it look easy, but community organizing, man, it really takes sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get into that. I got a couple more things. The community reentry experience. So we actually,
thank you.
Yes, sir.
I'm telling you, yes, sir. Go ahead.
Yes, so. I want to say, what was it, last month?
Yes.
I went to the Tampa Bay Criminal Justice Summit. Mm-hmm. And while I was there, a part of the summit, it was like a 2-day summit. I didn't attend every day of the summit, but I attended like the last day.
The day that it mattered.
The day that it mattered, right? And what they did was they do this reentry simulator. Where they basically have you walk a mile, not even a mile, you walk a month in the shoes of somebody who's returning, from prison.
Yes.
So it's like they give you a jacket, with your information in it saying, okay,
they don't give you an actual jacket.
Not a jacket, but they give you a folder. Yeah. And that folder described like, okay, this is what your situation is. Now go make it happen. And you know what I'm saying? And, you might have a little bit of money, you might have ID, you might not. And then they got all of the places in the room for you to go around and try and make it happen. And man, people was breaking down in there, like literally breaking down because they couldn't.
I remember you told me.
They couldn't navigate it. And so after I experienced it, I mean, I had a little tough time, maneuvering too. And after I experienced it, I was like, man, we got to bring this to St. Pete.
Yes, and you went right to work.
And we bringing it to St. Pete.
You went right to work, and I want to say this. As being a returning citizen, and a returning citizen is a person who's been to prison or jail. Right. So just to bring the language barrier.
Thank you for that.
And being a person I came home from prison and jail, just to be 1,000.
Yeah.
So in jail is usually like the county jail.
Right
around the corner. In prison is usually
up the road.
A little far, up the road, literally.
Up the road for real.
Yeah. And I know my personal re-entry challenge. Just to be honest, like you say, the experience is difficult, but the true experience is extremely difficult.
Yeah.
Putting in back-to-back job applications, not even getting no.
That was a part of my experience when I did it. I did the simulation, right?
Yeah.
So in the simulation, the way they have it set up, and I ain't trying to spoil it, y'all got to come out December 12th at the foundation.
Yeah.
But one of the things that I experienced was it took me 3 weeks to get a job, because when you go to the job station, like the career center, they'll flip over a card and tell you what the outcome was. That's part of the game. You know what I mean? So you walk to the table. This is the job table. And then you flip over a card. First card I flipped over was resume writing. You ain't get no job today. You worked on your resume. So now I got to figure out, okay, I ain't got no money. You got to, and then it's like transportation tickets where you have to go.
Yeah.
So you need to be able to get around. And if you can't get around, you got to figure out how to get rides. Like it's a lot that go into the simulation. And what you just said, finding a job.
Listen,
It's
getting a ride. You know, a lot of times people get out of prison, child support, so they don't got.
That's all on the list.
They ain't got no license. So it's pressure.
Yeah,
you know, and I'm glad that that y'all are bringing something that simulates that, so that people who are working in these fields, people who are caseworkers, people who are working, closer.
Yeah, so we inviting caseworkers, like people who frontline people, tax collector. We sending it out to them, like the driver's license, place, because you got to get ID and all of the challenges.
We need to send it to the rest of the council members. We need to send it to the mayor.
Okay.
We need to, because one of the things is so that people can understand, kind of what people are going through,
right?
Because that little glimpse of understanding. That's why I think this is an amazing program that y'all got going on, this simulator.
Right.
So you can simulate what people got going on when they jump.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's why a lot of times people ain't got somebody who to help them land softly.
Right.
Sometimes it's a hard crash.
Yeah. And that's another part of the simulator. It's like a chance table. Because you get into a spot, like I knew not to go to the chance table.
Take a chance.
Yeah, you can take a chance.
Man, listen.
And there was people taking chances.
I was gonna talk about taking a chance.
You know what I mean?
When I was talking about the driver's license.
Yeah.
I ain't want to do it, but you take a chance.
You taking chances, man. And so
penitentiary chance.
Y'all go to D7 Speaks. It's on there. You can RSVP. We got the link on there. But it's a community reentry experience. It's December 12th. We're doing a luncheon, so we're doing like a panel discussion, in the morning, like afternoon luncheon, and then we're doing the simulation is going to be from 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock.
You need me on the panel now. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
I come and drop the mic.
Yes, sir.
I come drop, because listen, it's so serious, because like I just think of my reentry, challenges.
John Bailey, I saw him and I was telling him about it, and he said they did it for them in prison before they got out. And so it was a program that they were doing in the prisons with people who had been in prison for a long time, and they was getting out. And he said when he did it in prison, he was like scared to death, man.
Listen, it is
because they give you it's like boot camp.
It is unimaginative, how that feeling is.
Yeah.
Especially when you get out and want to change your life.
Yeah.
And you really want to do something different.
Right.
Because a lot of times, I talk to you about this all the time. Opportunities that's right at your doorstep. So a lot of times, those bigger, better, and more brighter opportunities are farther away from where you are, your doorstep.
That's true.
And then usually, not all the time, but usually, the things that are right at your doorstep are kind of the penitentiary chances you don't want to take.
Yeah, and they familiar to you.
That's why transportation is important. You got to get past.
You got to get past them. Yeah,
you got to get
and being able to move, man. It's really real. So
it's really, really real.
So I'm excited about it. Like I said, I went over there, attended it, and then after I saw it, I was like, we got to bring it, and
it's on the way.
And it's on the way.
That's right. And I like the response time.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's just the way the universe working for us right now. You know what I mean? Because I was thinking it was gonna be, next year sometime.
I thought it was gonna be next year too.
Yeah, because when I went, I came as soon as I'm like, I ain't even out the door good. I'm calling, man, we gotta bring this to St. Pete. Like, we gotta do this. And it was like October, the end of October.
A lot of people don't know, St. Pete is in a unique position when we do have a lot of people who are returning citizens.
Yes.
People who getting out of jail, people who getting out of feds, people who getting out of just any situation. They get
work release, coming up. People coming up, because that's another part of that transition.
Work release is a softer landing.
Yeah,
it ain't as hard as just
you
home.
The doors open, here you go. Yeah,
I mean, I'm telling you,
you done did 10, now you back.
Yeah, it's scary because you know what you can do. You know what you want to do.
Right.
You know what you should do.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So you in that spot.
You got a little bit of a transition.
Yeah, you know what you want to do, but then you know what you can do, but you know what you better not do. So now it's like, you get what I'm saying? It's pressure. And I salute everybody who's going through it and making it out on the other side.
Right on, man. All right. Also, raise your voice, man. Healthier St. Pete. The city needs your voice on this healthy food action plan. You attended.
Started.
I want to get you started. That's why I was like,
okay, go ahead.
So the city needs your voice on the healthy food action plan. It's more than a program. It's a collective effort to boost health equity. They have identified 16 census tracts, and this plan targets areas with higher poverty rates and limited access to healthy food options, known as food deserts. The issues also include food retail, transportation, and nutrition education. The sessions are happening. Some of them are virtual, some of them are in person. Again, you can go to D7 Speaks. We got the schedule on there where you can find out about them. I think the next one may be November 28th at 9:30 a.m. at Frank Pierce Recreation Center, aka Botley Park. Go ahead, get started, man.
So,
Tell me.
the first issue is the times of these meetings.
Okay.
The Child's Park meeting was like 1 p.m.
So let me stop you right there. That one was at 1:30. Then they had one virtually. The one on the 28th is at 9:30, and then there's two in December at 6:30 p.m. And then the last one is in January at 6 p.m. And so I think that so the schedule is like it's trying to accommodate. Okay, all right.
But listen,
let's get this party started.
Listen, I'm glad you framed that, because what I do want to say is, what we have to do when we're looking to help people with challenges, we gotta be there when they there. You get what I mean? We can't go to a meeting as important as food insecurity and these plans for the future for the community, and it's one person, two people there, and 7 staff.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying? It's almost a waste of effort. It's almost like, okay, thanks for trying, but better luck next time. And we got to walk into this with way more intentionality.
Turn me up a little bit. Yeah,
we got to walk in.
This headphones.
It's this.
Oh, this side. Okay.
You gotta.
Okay. This sounds good over there.
How can I say this?
Always.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Welcome to the ride. Kiana's in the building. We talking about we talking about these healthy food forums and town halls, and Mr. Edmond is talking about the times that they have.
Yeah, like 1 p.m. when people at work, 9 a.m. when people sleep.
And so here's what I'll say again, because I looked at the schedule, because my first reaction when I saw the 1:30 p.m. I had that same reaction.
But hold on,
before you did, because we were on the radio and we said it. And
like, what is that? But let me say this.
But they have multiple schedules.
But let me say this.
Yeah.
The mindset of the staff that's holding this space, right, is that okay, we reached out, we put the communication out, y'all got to be here. It ain't like, next time, or you get what I'm saying? It's more of the well, I did my part, you got to do yours.
That's gonna always be the case.
But that's
we're trying to change it.
But that's what we got. That's what we got to push back, because honestly, when you really want to get with me, like, I'm a community organizer.
Yep.
So my job as a profession is to go to meetings and participate with stuff in my community. I couldn't make that meeting.
Yeah.
And so I know people ain't got the freedom I got. I can jump in my car and go to a meeting, pull up, 1 p.m. meeting. Okay, I put it on my work plan and I pull up.
I'm telling you, I'm seeing it, because that was one of the things that I've been talking about. Like, when they do these developments and all of that stuff, they have to do public notices, and I'm like, okay, well, where did you put it?
Oh, in the back of the newspaper or at the corner?
But see, I think that's done intentionally.
But and we just can't say it's acceptable. We just got to be like, listen, y'all, especially like this food form, how important food and nutrition is. That's why them people at Snell Island living 16 more years.
Yeah.
Right? It's information, it's knowledge, and it's access. So now, if we're going to put the information and knowledge together and still deny you access,
right?
You get what I'm saying? How much am I really helping you? Who am I helping?
So this is what I go back and say. One is the people who putting together, if they don't know the audience that they are trying to get, then they need to, then they need to be replaced. So yeah, come holler at us, because this is what we do, right?
So check it out.
So check it out, because I did so, and then we can like elbow it off of it, right?
No, I didn't want to elbow. I was gonna say that. I was gonna say more on that.
Oh, so yeah, so like, good. Okay. So
you brought me coffee. I'm ready. Look, thank you so much. It's Freestyle Friday.
No, I'm dead serious. So the people who do this for the community, then if they're not getting the people, then they need to be replaced. Period. And
if your job is to get the people and you're not getting the people, then
I want to say
we need to,
we need to have a conversation. Why the people are not coming?
Yeah.
It's not.
Their job is to. Okay.
No, their job. So if you get hired to put something together and you want to touch the masses, and you're not touching the masses, you're not doing your job.
But I don't think they put the touch the masses aspect into it.
So then what are you doing?
I think it's to put the thing on. Because that's what I'm saying. The job is to have the forum. It don't matter who come and who don't show up. We had it. We had the thing up. Ain't nobody come. We moved on.
So here you go. Then you playing in our face.
So the information. That's what I'm saying.
No. Then you playing in our face because you
ain't ready this morning. Look,
but that's what I'm saying.
What you bring out.
Because what I would do is after we did the thing that nobody showed up to, we'll say, hey, this is the information we got. We ain't gonna say ain't nobody show up. We ain't gonna say it was only one person in there. We're gonna say, hey, the information we got say this. You ain't asked me how many people was there.
You seen it on D7 Speaks, right? Because that's what's happening with 34th Street. The roads being widening right now.
Yeah.
And the lanes about to be
They missed that meeting.
They missed that meeting. They missed the meeting. And so I'm telling you, come to the meetings. And with this one, you got multiple opportunities to come. And that's why I'm like lifting that up. So yes, the first one was at 1:30 at Childs Park. We know that's the other part of it.
I missed the second one too. I'm just gonna be thigh wild all the way around.
So the second one was virtual.
The next one was virtual
at 6:30.
I missed it.
And then there's another one on the 28th.
I wonder how attendance going.
At 9:30.
I wonder how. Find out. Yeah, I can find out. Let me see your attendance sheet.
But here's what I'm saying. At a certain point, like if this how it used to be. They do this one meeting at 1:30. They'll do another meeting at 6, and it's a wrap. Mm-hmm. But because we've been harping on this, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 meetings on this same topic, right? One of them is at 1:30. Hold on. One of them is at 1:30, and it was in person. Then there's one at 6:30 that was virtual. Then you got the one at 9:30 in the morning. Then you got another one at 6:30, another one at 6:30 that's virtual.
Frank Pierce.
Then you got another one at 6 o'clock. And so it's a combination of virtual and in person, and it's a mix of the times. So I get it that we do have to, be mindful of that schedule. But like, if we really understand that this problem that is being addressed is in our community, but what part do we as community have to play in that?
Like, okay, so I'm gonna give it to you blood raw. If my position, my job, my boss won't let me come, we just gonna keep eating McDonald's and Burger King. We ain't gonna have no healthy food. No, I ain't gonna be able to hear what I gotta say because I gotta go to work.
And so that's what I'm saying.
So if accommodations ain't made.
So here's the thing: if you can't go at 1:30 and you can't go at 6:30 virtually, and you can't go at 9:30 in person, if you can't go at 6:30 at Enoch, if you can't go at 6:30 at virtual, if you can't go at 6 at Campbell Park, when can you go?
So I mean,
when can you go?
So
when can you go?
When can you go? I like
when can you go? Tell me that. No. Tell me. Answer the question. When can you go?
Hold on. So here we go. You need to be able to make one of those because again, this is right. What you looked at, you've seen it all across the board. So this is somebody who really thought about this and strategized. Like, okay, here we go. This is when you say this schedule, it sounds like somebody who wants to tap into the community, right? Okay, I'm gonna have
even if they don't want to, they're listening to what we're saying right now because you have multiple. 1:30. That's lunch. You can take your lunch. Okay, you can't take your lunch. Your boss won't let you go. You can't go. Okay, we're gonna do it the next day. We're gonna do it virtually in the evening. Okay, you can't make that one. Okay,
we're gonna virtual.
Now you got a strong case, and then you got 2 weeks in between the virtual and the next in person, and the next in person 9:30 in the morning.
I just feel slighted. You know what I mean? I just feel slighted because the one that came to Childs Park was that one. That's all. Right. That's it. And that's what I'm vocalizing.
I hear
because you put up a strong case. That's why I say the prosecution has spoken.
And I wanted to specifically use this case because this don't always happen.
Yes. You're right.
So you're right.
You're right. I done been in those meetings where this is one shot deal.
This is a one shot deal. Like this is your opportunity, and it's at 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Don't miss it.
And they start at 3:01.
Yeah.
And they ending at 3:59.
You better send somebody.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so here you go. Now, so the flip side of the pancake, we sit and talk about you can't make it. Now that they made it so that people can make it.
Who making it?
Yeah.
People, now, here we go.
Yeah.
You need to know, the people need to know when it is too. Now, this is the marketing aspect of it.
Right.
So you need
to come in and shows like the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club.
You gotta make sure that you're marketing properly so that your people can get it. Now, even if you have it during the times, if nobody don't know, they're still not going to show up.
Exactly.
So
if the tree fall in the woods,
and
do
don't
it
make a sound. And nobody's around, doesn't make a sound.
So that's what I'm saying. So you can give all the resources, and St. Pete is full of resources.
Yeah, and that's what D7 Speaks is all about. D7
Yes.
Speaks is us.
Oh, we got some speak. We got some
like
people talking.
What we're trying to do is meet in the middle, right? And understand, like, we know that a lot of this stuff is not common knowledge.
Right.
So I'm trying
common knowledge.
So I'm trying to put it in a place where it's like, okay, if you want to be involved, if you really want to do something, we're gonna.
It's accessible.
It's gonna be accessible. Like there's things on D7 Speaks that like it's on the city website, but you got to double click and triple click to get into it. But what we putting is like, okay, this is the thing you want. We're finna put it right here where you can get it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's all about. And so with hearing about like all of these opportunities to get in the game, like this is a response. But you're right, it's still work to be done. But this is a step in that direction. Right now, we got to start investing more into marketing, into like spend some money with 99 Jams and put it in heavy rotation so that from now to January 9th, you announcing all of these meetings, all of this opportunity, like whoever
food forums.
Like
so these are food forum conversations. I want to say this so people know what we're talking about.
Yes.
Because there's been almost a decade of no grocery store in Midtown, the middle of South St. Pete.
And so here you go. So your marketing dollars.
Yeah.
Here we go. Yep. 99 Jams definitely need to come in there.
Yep.
Every president for the neighborhood association. Y'all you and the members need to go to every church in your neighborhood. No, I'm just saying. I'm not saying. I'm refusing in people. I'm trying.
You don't gonna let me talk.
Oh, because you didn't let me finish. But
no, I just laughed, and you started saying no.
Okay, no.
I just laughed as a reaction to what you said, and then you started saying no.
Go.
It's the coffee.
It's the coffee.
I got some too today.
Go.
But what I'm saying is, when we talk about what the neighborhood association presidents need to be doing, again, that speaks to the priorities of the people who are in these positions.
Right.
Because you got some neighborhood association presidents where it's like, what their priorities are, And I think that's the other part of like, when we talk about community organizing, which is like, we're going to really ride this wave today, and civic engagement, because like, how can I say it humbly? I'm just got to say it. Like, we redefining what community and neighborhood organizing look like. You know what I'm saying? Like the things that we have been blessed to be able to do in Childs Park, like a lot of them neighborhood associations don't do that. Because you got neighborhood associations that meet 2:30 in the afternoon.
But I'm going to tell you, but sometimes.
You know what I'm saying?
But you want me to
for that neighborhood.
But that works for that neighborhood.
No, it don't. I've been going.
But that's
I'm telling you. Because I've been trying.
It works for nobody.
And I've been trying to get people. It worked for the people who put it together. And I've been trying to get people. I'm trying to get people to get involved, and they say, "Well, that meeting is at 2:30." And then when I go, and they saying, "Okay, well," I'm like, "Hey, have y'all thought about changing the time?" And they was like, "Yeah, but our president can only do it at this time."
Well, then you know what that means.
And so it's like,
do you know what
3
that
or
means?
4 really old people who retired.
You know what that means?
Tell me what it means.
Tell
me what it means.
Because a lot.
If your president no longer works for the people.
President say, I can't do it no other time.
The people need to find another president.
The people need to find another president.
Well, the president got good intentions. I know but the president has a job. And
so
her job.
So we talking about what we talking about, yeah.
She got to work.
It's the same thing.
No, she got to go to work at 4:00.
Yeah.
And so in order for her to do this, so she doing this in her free time, and her free time won't allow her to be there in the evening.
It's called time, talent, and treasure.
So she doing it at 2:30 in the afternoon. So it ain't no slight on the president.
No, I'm not saying.
That's her free time.
But that ain't a slight, right? But sometimes
it's a struggle.
But I'm going to tell you, sometimes even though you have good intentions, you're still not the best for the job.
Ooh.
And so then you can step down and do something else. Because again, if you're leading the people.
I heard that. Let's keep 40.
You know, if you're leading the people, and this is a volunteer situation, right? And you're donating your time, but You may just need to be the secretary, or you may just need to be the treasurer, or you may just need to be the person that help organize. But you cannot be the president if your time only set for like 2:30 in the afternoon, and you know most of your people are working from 9 to 5. And even though you have a evening schedule, most of your people do not. So again, you can't have a meeting and nobody showing. Then that means that it's not effective. The thing about any job is about being effective.
My dog came in ready, but I want to say, speaking of president stepping down.
That ain't no shot.
Listen,
I hear that loud and clear, and that makes perfect sense to me. Okay, so let's take a couple of these comments.
Had to repeat myself. Hold on, go ahead, go.
No, this comment. So if you don't have a seat at the table, you don't have a voice in the decision making. Well said. If you can't go to the meeting, send a representative. Playing in our face. I'm with Q. The whole place seems capped. Need a grocery store, and then donate 99 cents to 99.1 FM. And he put the link in there where you can actually cash out. So send us 99 cents. Send 99 cents to 99.1 FM if you really want to support this thing. You're listening to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. Again, the new 99 Jams morning show right here on WUJM. We're talking about community organizing, community events, and ways that you can get involved and some of the barriers to entry. Thank you for those comments. Mr. Edmond, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I was going to ride the wave of
President
stepping down.
Okay.
I have stepped down as the president of the Urban League Young Professionals.
Okay.
New intern president is Jaquita Clark.
Oh, yeah.
Big shouts out to Jaquita and the YPs.
Right on.
Y'all still go join, still go be a part, because just like you said, my schedule didn't benefit the organizational need.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So,
like realizing that I just can't be fully present when I
so
need
what
to
do I
be.
do?
Yeah.
What do I do?
Step down.
You got to step, because again, if you're passionate,
find another role.
Right?
No, you find another president. You don't leave it butt naked, because that's also a part of your job, is to keep the train going.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So big shouts out to Jaquita Clark.
Yeah.
She was our chair of membership.
Okay.
She's been a part of the YPs for a very long time.
Congratulations, Jaquita.
Yeah. And we looking to grow and keep moving.
And yeah, she is definitely a young professional, man.
Oh yes, all the way to the
spaces, and I've seen her do her thing, man. So that's amazing. And then being able to recognize when it's time to step down. You know what I mean? And not trying to hold the torch until it burns your hand.
You know who
you gotta let it down. Now you passing the torch, but you're really dropping it.
You know who was really good, and I think I said this, Jawan.
Yeah,
that's who kind of put me
and
involved.
Jawan,
that's how I found out about it. Yeah.
And like Jawan I was talking to him one time, and he was like, "Yes, I'm leaving." I said, "You leaving?" He was like, "I'm not meant to be in this position forever.
Yeah, right.
Like I'm meant to do my job and then pass it on to somebody else and move on and do something else." And I'm like, you're so right.
Listen, that boy
like
bad.
Some people want to stay in the position because they feel like that's the only thing of power that they have.
And it become who you is.
Right, he does.
You know what I mean?
So, but
yeah, no, that's right.
You do, but when you're no longer
away.
effective at the job, that's when it's time for you to, exit.
I mean, that's good leadership. Like they say, success without succession is failure in disguise.
I remember when you said that, I was like, wow.
So what we got to do is sometimes look at the succession plan more than we look at our plan, because we may have success. I may be the most successful president of the organization ever had, but if that next person comes in and ain't carrying that torch, ain't performing, or ain't keeping the clique together, my success wasn't really a success. I was really
you're only as strong as your leader, right? And so
your weakest link.
But I will tell you this: if you lead properly, right, then everybody else follows suit.
Yeah, that's right.
And then as anybody that's running anything, it should be able to operate if you walk away. If they need you to stand there to operate properly, then you know what? You're not operating properly.
Yeah, you're talking that talk.
I hear that.
That's next level stuff.
Because then it's more about the personality than the purpose. And once you get into personality over purpose, that's another one of the challenges that we see in our organization. Yeah, personality over purpose. And so what happens is once the charismatic leader is no longer present, then people leave the movement. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to stepping up into them roles to say, okay, yeah, this leader has gone. How can we feel like you can't replace that person? You can never be that person.
Right.
But if you really connected to the purpose, then you're gonna endure the transitional phase.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the other part of like our movement building and our organizational things. Like when the person goes to another role, if you're not married to that purpose, it's gonna be a struggle anyway, just with new leaders. Like, you know how it is when somebody new come in, it's always gonna be like, okay, how's this person? Let me figure out, like, their leadership style is different, what they bring to the table, because some people, like, you know, I've been watching this other person and I got my idea, and now I'm finally in the seat. I'm finna try and work my idea.
People are
might not always be received, like, you know what I'm saying? And then people go, well, you ain't so-and-so. He don't do it like what's his name did. He ain't as good as so-and-so. He all right, but you know.
But people are creatures of habit.
Yeah.
Right. And so then you get comfortable in daily routine. And so whenever you shake that up, you're gonna get some resistance. Yeah. But I mean, that goes with persistence and consistency. Yeah. Right. When other people see that you are persistent and consistent, right? Mm-hmm. And then you really believe in what you do. No, I'm sorry.
You got to be
persistent and consistent. No, I just like felt this coffee here. This is good. This is good. Yeah, right. You got to turn the air down.
You know, but yeah, and people know that you're invested in. Yeah. Usually, you can get them to come wherever you're going,
right?
Because people want to know that you care. They don't care if you're mean, but if you're consistent,
okay,
and you don't
care if you mean.
They do, but if you consistently mean, like that's something I dealt with that, like really in like a particular situation, right? So it's like person was like every time I go to them, it's a no. It's like, but then it's like, okay, I'm talking to other people and they get the same reaction. So it's like, okay, well, I can appreciate that because it's not just me. Yeah. Even though that personality, you know, is difficult and it causes, you know, us to work harder than we should have to get things done. I know how to approach this person because they're consistently that way.
And they don't waver.
But when you hard with me and easy with somebody else,
then people have a problem with
it. Yeah, that's the injustice. But if you mean with everybody, okay, I ain't got no problem with being mean. Yeah, you like, being yourself.
That's really kind of like
Mr. Evans, what you think? Because you like
no, I agree. You know, some people lead with a sword, you know, and you know, some leaders need to.
But so the thing is, however you're gonna lead, it just has to be consistent. I know, like when I was at Denny's and I would walk in, I'm still friendly, but then
they straighten up. You see them straighten up,
but because they know at the end of the day, I don't care how much I like you or dislike you, I'm gonna praise you if you did something good.
Yeah.
If I dislike you. And then I'm going to still discipline you if you did something bad if I liked you.
Good,
that didn't matter. It was just, this is a job that needs to be done and I have to be consistent. So the emotion part had to be taken out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You cannot attach your emotions to what you need to do. And whatever your policy is, whatever you stand on, you stand on that regardless. And you don't waver because, me and Brother John tighter than flow flat tires. Yeah. No, Brother John, you messed up. Like I say, in every relationship, and we call it out all the time.
Right.
When you do something good, we praise you on the radio. And I don't care how much I like you. Mm-hmm. If you do something bad, I'm calling you out on the radio. And then let's talk about it.
Sure will.
That's right.
Well, right
there. Name it. Yeah, and I think you mentioned discipline because we're talking about the challenges of community service and engagement, right? Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of different barriers. There's barriers to scheduling, being able to do it. I just posted this, and it actually came to me when I was in another meeting. King Jab was there, as a matter of fact, and he was talking about the data walk. And I was talking to a group of professionals, and they were talking about advocacy. And I said, "Man, look, you know how you be speaking and you get inspired, right?" Mm-hmm. So I'm like speaking. I didn't intend to say it, but as I was speaking, and I'm looking around the room, and they like, "Well, what has to happen?" And I'm like, "Man, look, it's not gonna happen through your job. You're here right now because your job will let you be here. But if we really talking about getting freedom, we're going to have to give up some of our free time."
Oh, you did.
You know what I'm saying? And so in order to get freedom, you got to give up your free time. And a lot of people don't want to do that. You're trying to find that job. Like we are blessed, you know, and have been blessed to be able to organize as a profession.
Right.
But when we talking about, you know, really organizing community and engaging, when you see, you know, the need in your community, it's very few professional organizing jobs. And a lot of that stuff is voluntary. And if you're not willing to volunteer and give up that free time to make a difference in the community, then we're going to continue to see the stagnation in our community because nobody wants to get involved except if they can, do it on the, on the clock.
And here we go. So I'm organized for free.
That's how you get the job.
But you have
that's
how you get the job. You do it for free.
Right. This is your entry level into organizing. If anybody wants to know, here you go. Here's the cheat code.
Here's the cheat code, right? The volunteer.
You got to volunteer. And once you volunteer,
2 minutes. What that is? Okay.
And once you volunteer, then that's how I think all of us, how we end up being organizers.
Yep.
We saw a need. Mm-hmm. We was passionate about it. We gave up our free time to do it. Yep. And then if you follow your passion, the money will come.
How about that? So listen, y'all, you listening to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club.
Sum it up.
It's the new 99 Gems morning show right here on WUJM. And 99 Gems, as a public media resource, we rely on the support of listeners like you to keep the doors open and the shows that you love on the air. If you'd like to give a donation, you can actually go to 99gemstheberg.com and hit that donate button. But there's other ways that you can give too, right, Q?
There is.
What are some of those other ways?
You know what?
Tell me about it.
First, Jab just put the Cash App there.
Okay.
So then we can the Cash
Go
App.
to Cash App.
Yeah,
Anthony Williams.
JACO.
No, it's
5800.
not. It's a whole nother one. You about to send them to
the wrong one.
To the wrong one. But no, so we're trying to do like this marathon a little bit. Cash App 99 cents. 99 cents. That's all we're asking for,
99 cents for 99 gems.
Right. Another way is stars.
Tell me about that.
I'm glad you asked. So stars are on Facebook. For everybody that's on Facebook, most of our viewers have already collected your 200 free stars. Okay, but if you haven't,
and gave them to us,
get them because Facebook give them to you for free.
They do.
But if you're all out of your 200 free, you can purchase them. Ask me how much they cost.
How much do they cost?
1 cent.
A penny?
A penny.
Oh my God. What can you buy for a penny?
A star.
Oh wow. And then you buy them in bulk?
Oh, it's even better.
Okay.
They're
What's better than a penny?
The more you buy, the cheaper they are.
Okay. Better than a penny. 2. The more you buy, the cheaper they are. So yeah, get your stars, y'all. Again, we're gonna take a real quick break. And when we come back after the break, we got Ask Kiana, we got some history facts, and we're gonna continue to discuss these challenges that we face in our community as it relates to organizing. So stick around, y'all. Tell a friend that the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club is up and it's Freestyle Friday. We'll be right back.
Yes.
Welcome back.
Welcome.
Images that show continuing airstrikes.
Uniting communities and inspiring change. These are the principles that guide Councilmember Mohammed's commitment to District 7. His dedication to service and commitment to progress goes beyond the council chamber. He believes in active engagement and meaningful connections, and he's going above and beyond to demonstrate the power of community and the potential for positive change. Let's explore a few of the activities that highlight the unity and inspiration he's bringing to our district. Asset mapping and institutional site visits. Councilmember Mohammed understands that strong representation begins with an intimate knowledge of our community. He's actively mapping the assets of District 7, engaging with schools, churches, businesses, and neighborhood associations. These visits are more than just meet and greets. They're opportunities to forge bonds within our community. By understanding the strengths and challenges unique to each area, Councilmember Mohammed can better advocate for the diverse needs of District 7. One-on-one meetings. Hosting one-on-one meetings with constituents are one of the cornerstones of Councilmember Mohammed's approach. They provide personalized connections, ensuring that your concerns and ideas are heard directly. These meetings foster open dialogue and collaboration, enabling more effective representation. Your voice matters, and Councilmember Mohammed is committed to ensuring it is heard. Community events and activities. Councilmember Mohammed recognizes the value of active participation in community events. By partaking in gatherings focused on issues like domestic violence awareness, gun violence prevention, food insecurity, and literacy, he not only lends his support but is using his platform to raise awareness about pivotal issues impacting our district. This dynamic involvement sends a powerful message of unity and support. The legacy at Jordan Park. Councilmember Mohammed was honored to attend the ribbon cutting and grand opening of the legacy at Jordan Park. The completion of this project symbolizes the commitment of community advocates who were willing to stay the course to ensure the housing needs of our seniors and others in our community are met. This event represents a significant advancement, creating new opportunities, safe and decent spaces for residents. Councilmember Mohammed was there to share in this crucial moment and show his appreciation for those who are committed to community growth. Legislative advocacy. Councilmember Mohammed's dedication to District 7 is unwavering. He spoke strongly in support of a referendum on the Rays Stadium, advocating for the community's right to have a say in pivotal decisions. He's also committed to seeing the successful implementation of the recently passed Women and Minority-Owned Business Enterprise Program, which is intended to nurture diversity in our local businesses. He has also been vocal about the need to honor the spirit and intent of community advisory councils that give residents the seat at the table and the ability to give direction to city staff and council members on policy procedures and resource allocations. Community engagement. Our council member has been tireless in his work to establish the 49th Street Business District and bolster our local economy. He's also helping to organize community engagement for the CRA Mobility Study and 49th Street Safe Streets for All Planning Study, highlighting his commitment to addressing essential transportation, mobility, and safety issues. These initiatives are driving progress and safety in our district, underlining his dedication to ensuring the business corridors in our community thrives and the safety of our residents is prioritized. Brother John Mohammed is not just your city council representative, he's a true partner in progress and a catalyst for change. Your voice is not lost in the noise, it's amplified through him, and together, we can achieve remarkable progress. Connect with Councilmember Mohammed and get in the game by visiting www.d7speaks.com, www.d7speaks.com, and subscribing to our newsletter. Let's continue building a stronger, more vibrant District 7 together. Your voice matters, and together, we...
2 hostages who had been taken by Hamas.
Don't worry about it, sweetheart.
Don't worry about it.
Welcome back to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother John.
This is Kim.
And I am the one and only Mr. Edmond.
And this program is being brought to you as part of the New Image Project of the Community Development and Training Center, aka See That?
See that?
And we would like to thank y'all for helping us to redefine what's cool, because smart is
The new
Gangsta.
baby.
And if you don't know,
Now you know.
I love that, man. So tap in, tag a friend, let them know that we here. We're back. We've been talking about some of the challenges to community organizing. We're gonna get into that a little bit more. Do we have Would You Rather? Because I got some history for you today.
Do the history, then I'll come with the
I got one.
Oh, you got one.
Okay, no, you got a Would You Rather.
Go ahead.
Okay. Would you rather
All right.
go to a community meeting on your lunch break
Or what?
I'm gonna put it in the chat.
or miss the meeting?
Go to a community meeting on your lunch break.
Or miss the meeting. Freedom ain't free, y'all. Just like Brother John said, you're going to have to give up some of your free time for your freedom, y'all. Listen, those are prophetic words. Because freedom ain't free. You're going to have to give up something. And I think what we in this microwave society, we think we ain't got to give up our lunch.
Yeah. And
Or you could pack your lunch and then still go to the meeting.
You
If
got to
or-
make it happen. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. You got to make it happen. Eat in the car.
And so what we do is if they having a meeting at lunchtime, we got to make sure that the organizers have lunch.
This is true.
And so you let them know that
I ain't talking about
come on your lunch.
I ain't talking about no continental lunch either.
You talking about a lunch. Go back to work.
You know how they
and go to
have
sleep lunch.
You know how they have continental breakfast?
Yeah.
That's the lunch after y'all don't eat it.
No, but I mean,
You can
I
get
might be
that.
different, but yeah, I have missed lunch, for,
I have
for
too.
meetings.
I have too. So
Listen, that's
You know
what
what I mean?
I mean, we
Yeah.
do this, but
That's how I started.
But what we got to do, and I'm glad we're talking about this subject. We just got to communicate it because a lot of times people just don't know what they don't know. We
Right.
we want to assume people
There
know
it
this.
is.
We want to assume people know that. We got to understand freedom ain't free.
Right.
We might have to give up some of our free time,
Yeah.
our time, talent, and treasure for our freedom, for
That's
the
right.
community to be better. So we got to go to that.
and
lunch.
you've seen it. Like, I mean, the system doesn't change. You saw Martin Luther King get arrested for his freedom.
Right.
The
He
freedom.
had to go to jail in order to get free.
You
Yeah.
saw Rosa Parks get arrested so that we could sit in the front of the bus. Then you have to give up something
Yeah.
to get what you want. So, and that's just like in life. When you want a prosperous life, you make sacrifices. You cut
That's
stuff off so
Mhm.
that later on you don't have to starve yourself from the things that you want because then it's there for you.
That's right.
Mm.
And I'm glad you said that. That's actually a great cue for the today's history fact, right?
Okay, go ahead.
The Albany movement. The Albany movement was initiated by the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, also
SNCC.
SNCC. Yep.
It almost sounds like snitch. But go ahead.
SNCC.
What a different time we live in.
Really.
Make sure
They
we clear that up.
They was calling them stool pigeons back then.
Right.
Right? And then we went to a
Yeah,
stool
you're right.
pigeon. So the Albany movement, it was in Albany, Georgia, and it was a pivotal chapter in the American civil rights struggle. It emerged on this day, November 17th in 1961, and it aimed to combat segregation and racial injustice in the city of Albany, Georgia. Under the leadership of prominent activists like Charles Sherrod and Bernice Johnson Reagan, the movement utilized nonviolent direct action such as protests, sit-ins, and boycotts to challenge discriminatory practices. The Albany movement faced formidable opposition from the local authorities. Imagine that. But its resilience and commitment to nonviolent resistance contributed to the broader momentum of the civil rights movement. Although the Albany movement did not achieve its immediate goals, it laid the groundwork for subsequent civil rights actions and inspired the involvement of national figures like Martin Luther King Jr.
Oh,
I didn't even know that was
that's amazing.
Yeah.
Look,
No, that's why I said it was queued up perfectly because we talking about movement building and we talking about the challenges that go along with that. And it's saying that, they kicked the movement off while they didn't achieve their immediate goals. They inspired other people. And I think that's also important because it's saying they inspired people like Dr. King, you know what I'm saying? And the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee was really about it. Like I remember reading about Stokely Carmichael, later known as Kwame Ture, and he was in a documentary and they asked him, why did they choose Mississippi? And they said Mississippi was like the racist of all races. And he said, if we can break the back of Jim Crow in Mississippi, then
we can do
it anywhere. And so that's why they converged on Mississippi, and the backlash and all of the stuff that they endured, led other people to get involved. And it was also being widely covered on the media. So people was able to see what was happening, around the world. I think it's like a lot of reasons why I think they said it was different then than it is now. You know what I mean? And like how we had that lull in activism for a long time until like Trayvon Martin and all of that stuff started coming back. But yeah.
I was gonna say that was a plan. They talk about a lot of the freedom fighters left the freedom battlefield and went to work.
Yeah, they got jobs.
And people don't want to get fired from their jobs. People don't want their career in jeopardy.
Right.
So it kind of slowed down the progress because a lot of people don't know, they hired a lot of our leaders to good, well-paying positions.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of hard to get on that battlefield when that check is coming.
That's a part of this. We were talking about that earlier. You got to give up your free time in order to get your freedom.
Right.
And they was advocating for jobs and justice.
Right.
And they got the jobs, but no justice. You know what I'm saying?
And so again,
wow.
you got to be careful because every dollar ain't a good dollar.
Yeah, all money ain't good money. Also on November 17, 1911, Omega Psi Phi fraternity was established at Howard University in Washington, D.C. So that was another one of the facts for the day.
Mhm.
And then today is holiday. You're going to like this one.
Who gonna like it? Mr. Edmund or me?
All of our listening audience.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, go.
Today is National Unfriend Day.
Oh, nationally, I'm finna unfriend your
National Unfriend Day, right? It's celebrated on November 17th. National Unfriend Day encourages people to declutter their social media by unfriending, unfollowing, or cleaning up their online connections.
Mhm.
Created by late night TV host Jimmy Kimmel, the day aims to promote more meaningful and authentic online relationships by removing digital clutter.
Do you unfriend people?
No.
I don't either.
You got to do something. Like you got to, so you kind of unfriend, you unfriend yourself. And so, and you know what? I've been losing friends.
Do you block them? Do you block them?
I block people. Yeah.
Only people I've ever blocked was scammers.
Okay.
Right. Other than that, I don't really care. But I mean, I'm off of Facebook anyway.
So I'm going. I ain't gonna lie. I don't really block people. But like Brother John say, when I be going on my tangents, I do be losing friends and subscribers, and you know what I'm saying?
I do.
They don't be with it.
I've been losing a lot lately. I don't know what it is. They've been dropping off because you know how and the only reason I know that I'm losing them is because I had 5,000
and now you're 49.
Yeah, and so it's like, oh wow, and then every day I see that they dropping off, and I'm like, okay, cool, because I got like 300-400 that's waiting to get in. And I've been like trying to, because that's the other part. I'm trying to figure out, like, okay, who do I delete in order to let this person in?
And then you don't got to.
I ain't got to do it.
So let me say this: if you don't mess with me,
unfriend you.
Unfriend me. If you don't share my posts,
that's what today is.
Listen, if you don't share my posts, if you don't like what I be saying, you know what I'm saying? If you don't like my selfies, you get what I'm saying? You don't like my reels, you keep looking and don't want to press it because you know I'm gonna see you.
Thank you for the stars.
Right on.
Yaddy, yaddy. Now y'all follow behind her.
Now y'all follow Miss Debbie, but unfollow me.
Yeah. Do you unfriend people? Do you block people?
I don't. I
block you quick.
The only people I've ever unblocked, and there's some people that they gonna be like, block that person. But I'm one of them people is like, listen, if they still want to be my friend, I want them to see my successes.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like,
let me give you tickets to the show.
Yeah.
Let me give you tickets to the show.
Because because people count you out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I hear that,
they really count you out. And I'm going to tell you, and this is confidence at this finest. Everybody at this table doing good stuff.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? And we're able to make an impact in this community like a lot of people don't, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? So if you don't like me, you're just going to be mad that I'm doing my purpose.
Ooh.
So I want you to see.
Is that envy?
It is what it is.
Yes, envy is a real thing.
It's a couple things.
We got a call.
Friday. Yeah, it's Freestyle Friday, y'all.
Hey, caller, introduce yourself.
Good morning. This is Davis.
Oh, we know who it is. Good morning, Miss Davis.
Do you unfriend people?
I do. And
I do.
and that's why I called, because listen, if I'm commenting, or if you're on my post with some negativity, or if I'm commenting and you come back at me with some negativity, guess what?
Yeah.
You don't need to be my friend because I don't have that type of energy.
That's right.
I ain't got no kind of friends.
Can you just kick? So
Yeah.
I like that.
I ain't got no kind of friends.
I like
Can
that.
you okay, so I mean it's your post, you do what you want. Cause I done hid posts. Like if I don't want to see, like if you done been disrespectful,
like hide a comment.
Yeah, hide a comment.
But you still get to stay friends. But we
that's even mad. They get even madder with that. Like
so that's the petty. That's the petty side.
Hey, when I hide your comment, we no longer friends.
But then you're gonna unfriend me. I'm not gonna. So it's just like you in time out. You write something good and stay. If you don't, you go.
My post, my rules.
But listen, so it's up to you. You know what I'm saying? It's your page. It's up to you. So if you don't want that energy on there, just let it go.
Right? That's true.
No, thank you for that. Thank you for that. I appreciate that, Mrs. Davis. And that's a good point, right?
Thank you. Look, she's so happy.
No, but that's a good point, right? Because you curate your friend circle.
Your algorithm.
Because people are talking about like, oh, I don't go on Facebook because it's all negative. You got to think you've curated a certain type of
that's your algorithm.
And so I'm with that. I got a troll on my professional page. Like every time they comment, I have to hide it because it's like I didn't even just like have that out there.
Thanks for the stars, Margaret.
Hey, I appreciate that. Hey, so I will hide.
Oh, we got
but I didn't. I thought about blocking that person, but I didn't. It's Freestyle Friday. Call it. What's on your mind?
Good morning. This is Miss D, the job coach. How y'all doing this morning?
Good.
Thank you for your support.
Good.
I appreciate you.
Thank you. Good for calling. How you doing?
What's on your mind?
I'm doing good. Hey, I want to shout y'all out. You know, I love y'all to life. I mean, what y'all are doing, I share you.
I know it.
And about people being in your stuff. Listen, I stay maxed out, so I throw people out to make room for new people. I think add, you know what I mean? And you're right. You can control your algorithms. I changed my algorithms to get all the garbage off my timeline, you know.
I hear
but I want to shout you out. I want to shout out. I'm doing a fundraiser.
Okay.
Some of you know that I had brain tumor surgery on August the 29th. I had a craniotomy. I had a 3-centimeter brain tumor removed from my head. They took my whole skull off, and I'm living. I'm walking.
Right.
I'm walking. Right.
Yes.
So, anyway, I'm, I went from making $100,000 to making $45,000 in a matter of 2 days.
Yeah.
So, my money looked crazy, but you know what? I'm still here. I'm having a fundraiser at my place tonight, poolside. Get online. I'll put it in y'all thingamabob
put it in
the
the
bottom.
chat, and then tag the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club in it when you post it.
We'll share. Yeah.
Absolutely. And anybody that can come out, listen, I need $20. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm raising $50,000.
Okay.
But $20 is good. You know what I mean? We're doing the poolside, nice and casual, and I want everybody to come. Listen, I'm getting ready to go through 6 weeks of radiation treatment. I don't know what it's going to look like on the other side. So I want to take pictures with my friends and my community while I still have hair.
Yes.
So if you guys can come out, be with me, I got silent auction items and all the things, but it's really more about me making some memories before I go through. I don't know what I'm going to go through. I don't know if I'm going to have short-term memory loss. I don't even know if my arms and legs will move after they get finished putting radiation on my brain. But I'm telling y'all, we can survive things, we can get through things, and we can fight through things. And if we're still here, we're supposed to be doing something to #change the world. I love you guys. Thank you so much for your time.
Love you too, Coach. Appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
And make sure you put that in the chat, please. So
Coach D been rocking with us for a long time, man. I'm talking about.
Man, I respect y'all so much. You guys are a model. You guys are listen, I know y'all be looking funny at each other and kicking each other under the table and be wanting to tip one another sometimes. Listen, I know. I've been in the room with you.
And you ain't told a word or lie.
But here's the thing, y'all are working towards one cause, and that's the upliftment and the empowerment and the moving forward of your community from the shit that it once was. And so I respect that to the utmost of the utmost.
Thank you so
Thank you so much.
Wow. Yeah,
all
that's
right,
amazing.
y'all.
Yeah, all right. That's amazing, man. Again, you're listening to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club, and we redefining what's cool, man. And so you can tap in, you can support it by going to 99jamstheberg.com, give a donation there, or you can give us some stars, send us some stars.
Oh, we see the stars coming in.
Yeah, stars coming in. So unfriending people, we talked about that. That's today. So again, it encourages people to declutter your social media by unfriending, unfollowing, or cleaning up your online connections. It aims to promote meaningful and authentic online relationships. Today is also Guinness World Records Day. So it's held annually in November. Guinness World Records Day is a celebration of record-breaking achievements worldwide.
Okay.
People from different cultures and backgrounds attempt to set or break records, ranging from the bizarre to the extraordinary. The day showcases human potential and the pursuit of excellence, and today is Guinness World Records Day.
So we should figure out something we can compete in as the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club.
And break a record?
And break a record?
Yes.
Listen, we can eat hot dogs.
No.
That's already taken.
I'm not eating
175 hot dogs in 2 minutes.
I'm not doing
I'm like, how did he do that?
And then you got people that like the most push-ups ever.
Not doing that either.
Jump rope for 4 days.
I wonder if they got who can smoke the most joints.
Oh, there's probably one. I think you might have had a record. When I first met you 10 years ago.
I did have a record.
10 years ago, the world's it was something.
Yeah,
I remember that. I remember that. I mean,
they have taken my record, and it's okay.
The record has been taken.
I've left it on the shelf.
Have a world record. Well, you have come a long way.
God bless you. We may not get the Guinness World Record for this, but what we gonna do, us to do the record here in St. Pete of getting the most people to a community event.
There we go.
That's what I'm talking about.
Let's compete for that.
If you watching right now, we're gonna have a St. Pete world record of the most community members at an event. So we talking about you. We talking about people who ain't never came to a community event, people who don't do nothing but go to community events. We want to get y'all all in the room together, trade phone numbers, talk about the issues that's in front of us right now, the opportunities and the challenges.
The world's most organized community. Ooh. How about that? Let's do that one.
That sounds like St. Pete.
The world's most organized community.
And it started at Child's Park.
It started there, and it went all around the world. That
it went all around the world. Listen, I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
I like that. So speaking of community,
and that's exactly what we're gonna call it.
The world's most organized community. So we talking about earlier. We talked about. I want to pick this conversation up. The challenges that we face in community service.
Okay.
And so we talking about, just different ways that you enter these spaces. And so I want to really start I kind of teed it up a little bit with that world record, right?
Yeah.
Didn't know that it was going there, but it's Freestyle Friday. That's kind of how it happens. But I was thinking about this, last night. And I think we coming up on maybe 10 or 11 years of this duo, like me and you getting to it, and it was like, I think I remember meeting you in April of 2012. And the reason I remember that is because we were having a candlelight vigil. You were there filming. And then we did another one in June, I think, me, you, G Breed organized it at the Yard. And that, that's when we really sat down and we because I saw you, doing your thing at the April vigil. But then at the one in June, we was able to spend some more time and you had the camera and I'm like, well, what's going on?
What you with me? Me and my son was together.
And I'm like, what you up to? You're like, man, I'm just making these movies, and you started telling me about the movies and whatnot. And I think we might have exchanged numbers at that point. And it was like one of them called me if you want to do something. And, the fortune is in the follow-up.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying?
That's real.
And so we've been at it, I say since June of 2012. So we got 11 plus years. But I want to, really talk about your entry into community organizing, like the transition from where you were to actually organizing. But we got to call it. We'll have that conversation afterwards.
Hello.
Freestyle Friday.
Good morning. This is Debbie Yati.
Hey, Debbie.
Good morning. I had to call in. I just want to say, I put it in the chat, but I just want to say thank you. You guys are the greatest supporters for the Tampa Bay area. I just want to say thank you for continuously uplifting every cause. Y'all uplift personal cause, y'all uplift community causes, y'all uplift political causes. Y'all are on the money. Almost every guest that you have on there, come on there with something positive. It's about uplifting the community. You guys are doing the work. I give the stars because you guys are stars. Y'all keep on shining. Y'all keep on doing what y'all doing. I thank y'all for supporting the Afrofuturism project that's happening. Y'all been doing the work. Miss Q, you are the woman with the cause.
Yeah, we don't make it easy. We don't make it easy for them.
All the gentlemen on there, y'all step up. But it always, I'm about women's power. I get it. I understand it. You keep doing what you're doing, and that's all I got to say. And y'all have a great day.
Thank you so much, Debbie.
I appreciate that. Wow, appreciate get a little flowers, man.
Yeah. It's always good to see you.
Yeah,
giving us the bouquet.
So the transition, from how did you get involved, and what was some of the highlights and challenges of getting involved? And we're going to have this conversation with all of us. But your entry point, because I know you one time you told me something that blew my mind, and you was like, "Thank you for allowing me to help." And I'm like, "That's a no brainer," but it's people that won't allow people to help. So that's kind of that's kind of the theme that we want to, like, the context for it, because I know it was a way that you got in, but I know that there's some barriers that are put up for people getting in, doing community service and all of that stuff. So talk to me about
So it was definitely the STV12 that y'all was doing with Super Cat and the rest of the team. Big shouts out to Super Cat. He got the throwback show coming.
Yeah, the 90s
party coming. Big shouts out to Super Cat. Super Cat had Rossi give me a call. And Rossi, God bless the dead, called me and said, "Hey, we need y'all, if you can take some pictures and some video.
Okay.
We're going to do something at this candlelight visual, man. We need, your support."
Okay.
So I got the whole 909 team, everybody who would come, we came down. And it just really, man, I don't know. It's like, I have no idea when I crossed the line. Before I knew it, I was going to all these meetings.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just,
I remember that conversation that we had about, like, when I was finna drop out.
Yep. Like, I'm done, man. Listen, man.
Yeah, because I was like going through it personally, talking about doing this in your free time.
Yeah, man.
And so I was like having some financial issues, and I'm like, man, look, I'm finna get another job.
I'm finna get
like I got a day job. I'm doing this stuff when I get off, and that's one job and another.
I can't do it no more, man. I'm finna get another job, dog. I can't do it no more.
And you was like, no, whoa, no.
It was earth shattering.
And then after that, we started talking like every day.
Yep.
And I think that was probably the meetings where the meetings kicked in, because I called you on the way to work. I was working in Clearwater. So
he'll give him a mission. Yes, man. You see, you got 2020 meeting. So it was like a 2010, but it was right before they did 2020.
Yeah.
That 2010 meeting at Urban League. When you get there, just let them know that you're here for me. You know what I'm saying?
Showing up.
I pull up. Hey, man, yeah, I'm here with Brother John.
So what was it like when you walked into them rooms?
Hey, I used to be tripping. So, listen, I used to be tripping, man.
You didn't know proper etiquette.
I didn't know the etiquette. I used to be in the studio, so we'll be in the studio, we'll be smoked out like Cheech and Chong.
People places smelling like a Christmas tree.
Oh man, it's almost time. I gotta go down to the Urban League. we'll pack up. I swear, I used to have homies that wouldn't come in the building.
Yeah,
they would sit in the car and wait for me to come back out.
I
don't went to City Hall, pull right up in the front. I ain't going in there, man. Wait, man, come on, go. It's gonna be about 30 minutes.
What they talking about?
It's gonna be about 30, 40 minutes, man. I ain't going there, man. You gonna sit in the car with me?
But you know what I do like is that you went as your authentic self until you realize protocol, right?
Right.
That you still showed up, because a lot of people won't show up because they are afraid to be prosecuted. You know what I mean? Talked about, ridiculed, all that other stuff, and they be like, I ain't ready. But you was like, I'm ready. I don't care what you think. Like, boom, 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 and then you learn the proper etiquette, because again. Whatever you're doing, the objective is to be received.
Right.
And if you have to change a little bit just to be received,
see, and I'm glad you're saying that. Go ahead, you right on it.
If you got to change just a little bit to be received, like if I go to the hood, I might have to do a little bit more slang. You know what I mean? And then I go to my business meeting, I might have to be a little more proper. You know what I mean? And then if I'm talking to kids, I need to dummy down my conversation.
Right.
I have to fit in whatever box you put me in at that point. And
know your audience is what they call it. Yeah.
And that's the thing about organizing, right?
You gotta know your audience.
You also to ask about like when people don't want you to help. Now,
I want to go back though, because you're getting ahead a little bit. I want to talk about the entry point. And because he's talking about the entry point and how he first started and like how he began showing up in meetings. What was your entry point?
I think I've always done it.
Yeah.
Like I remember even in like elementary, you know what I mean? I've always been the one that kind of organized stuff. I didn't organize bad stuff.
Yeah, parties, all that.
I had house parties. I've always been that person.
Okay.
I remember
gotta put it together.
I put it good or bad.
Yeah.
Like I'm telling you, I used it for bad. I started the fight and told them, y'all better not tell.
Oh, you was the one in the middle saying baddest one hit my head. That was you.
Those was
somebody that was in the middle.
Don King, the new Don King.
Baddest one hit my head.
But then on the
flip
side, but then on the flip side, I was also the one that was the peer mediator that had to talk with me.
Come on now, listen, y'all. Listen, it was a good fight.
Now y'all shake hands. Y'all shake hands. So political then, because like your first political campaign, I think I remember, but and we, we can have people remain nameless, but just like, when did you decide that you was going to help out in the political space?
Oh, so I volunteered, and I'm okay with names. Like, it don't really.
They might not be.
Okay.
I mean,
at this point, it's on my resume.
Okay,
like,
got it.
I mean?
So let's have it. Let's have
my
it.
resume, you don't know
Fully
anyway.
transparent.
So,
Thank you, Sharonda.
I professionally, I would say it was Maria Scruggs.
Okay.
Shout out to Miss Scruggs.
And I was a novice to it, right?
Yeah.
Like, and I just kind of volunteered, and then I went in there just with passion.
Yeah.
And I learned a lot with it. And then I realized how passion, and if you believe in something, you can change the masses.
Okay. Yeah.
Right? Because I realized how much people respected me,
right,
as a person. Because if I sign on, you sign on something, it makes other people look at something as somebody else different than they see, because they're like, wait, hold on.
Right.
If you see the good, it may be something, you know what I mean? So Maria, I remember, we did Hillary.
Yep, we did Hillary.
They did Hillary. I did Andrew
Hillary Clinton.
Yep.
Okay, gotcha.
Terror strategies.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So it's
we had the mob in there.
Then we got a whole story behind terror. Let's tell the terror strategy story real quick.
Go ahead.
we had the mob in there, boy.
So here's my version of the terror strategy story that we can talk about it because I think terror strategies was a jump off spot for a lot of people in community organizing.
Yeah.
Right. And so just going back, and it's like stuff I'm finna really have to start refining.
I think they did terror strategy before Maria.
So, yeah, I think that was 2016.
Yeah, Maria was right after terror strategy.
Terror strategies was 2016 doing Hillary.
Everybody, I was supposed to be on there because I couldn't because my job.
And that's what happened. So we volunteering. So like I said, we started June 2012, grooving good. So we worked up until like 2016, and in 2016 in February, I got an offer from SEIU to get a job, right?
Okay.
And so they hired me, like, they gave me would you like to get a job doing what you're already doing?
Would you rather?
Would you rather? and so they hired me to do the job. Like, I'm like, oh wow, they actually pay people to do this stuff. That was like an epiphany for me to like, oh, this can actually be a job. So they hired me, and then as I'm there, my staff, they starting to, falter. They got, dreams of doing other things. And so they started quitting. And we had an opportunity that I saw coming, because they were telling me that, they ain't just leave me high and dry. They was like, after this campaign, I'm gone. Yeah. Right. So this February, March,
that's
right?
Good. People don't tell you that.
Yeah, they don't usually tell you that, but they respected me. And they was like, after this campaign, I'm done. And I was like, cool. Jabbar, a spot finna be coming open.
Yeah, for real.
But you need to have some experience.
That's what he
right?
told me.
And then I said, they got this company that's hiring, Terror Strategies. What you did with Terror Strategies? Tell me.
So I went into Terror Strategies. I started off as a canvasser. I was new to the team. I kind of knew organizing, but I didn't know that level of organizing. Not door-to-door campaigns, knocking on doors, going to bus stations, recruiting people. So first I was a canvasser. Then I became the recruiter, and then I recruited like the team. That's when I recruited you.
You was the best recruiter ever.
Listen, the office was so
like
solid.
So many people.
We had Carla Bristol. We had Cranston. Listen, we had took one office and just made it our office.
They was just they just had Harold on the stage.
Yeah,
and I know I know Harold was a part of that recruitment too.
No,
Harold wasn't a part of that.
She
recruited her, so he still recruited her.
It's long, man. It's long, man.
But I mean, like, but that opportunity created opportunity that created opportunity that created opportunity.
Shout out to Kobe Hunt, man.
This is how talking about Terror Strategy recruited me as a canvasser.
Yep.
Boom. I'm in that, and then I'm
running the office.
And I'm running, and I don't even realize it, but I realize. But this is what I naturally do.
Yeah, you're just showing up as
I'm just showing up, and then like I'm doing extra stuff. I'm canvassing, I'm hitting my numbers, helping other people.
Yeah. Picking up people. Listen, we had this office. We had one room it was my office.
Well, actually, we had somebody over us.
Yeah, it was Chris.
I can't think of it.
But yeah, that was
wasn't doing.
But no,
you can't remember his name.
He was really the admin. We was the streets.
Okay.
So he really just sat in his office. Yeah, he just sat in the office.
But that's how they do it. See, that's another one of the dynamics of this industrial complex.
They bring people in.
They have these national organizations, and then they dispatch people into communities, and they disconnect it from the community. So it takes people like Jabbar to be the recruiter to get people from the community.
That was some of the change, though.
And then that was the change. Is then after that, we became the bosses of the office.
We took the office over, literally.
And then what happened?
Number 1, 2, 3, 4. We had listen, it wasn't no joke though.
Me and Jabbar was just talking. It's so many times that it flip flop. He's my boss.
Yes.
Sometimes I'm his boss. Like we flip.
People don't know.
Yeah.
It flip flop. And I'll be the lead, or she'll be the lead, or she watching it's love, man.
And again, it don't matter who holds the title because we get the job done.
Oh, so let me say this, because it is a lot of camaraderie and stuff. But one of the things is we come to really do it.
Yeah,
like one of the things we canvassed from Drew Street south. If y'all remember the Hillary Clinton campaign, Hillary lost Pinellas County. But if you look at that map,
where she
won is everywhere we went.
Right. That's right.
All the way up all the way to the Drew line. So I was so deep into it. That's when I started watching the numbers. I started watching the maps.
Yeah.
Because it was a hard loss, man. People was crying.
Oh yeah, 2016. Y'all remember November 2016?
Yeah, we was at
the
radio station.
We was at the radio station.
People lost it.
As a matter of fact, was that 2016 when we was at the station?
Yeah.
I thought we was at the porch.
No.
Was we at the porch?
We did go to the porch. No, that was the next year, Brother John. That's when Jeff and
I thought we
Polo had
the reason that I'm thinking of if we was at the porch is because
that was the next year though.
Because it was my daughter's birthday, and I was thinking about this on her birthday this year, and it had me really emotional in my feelings and just grateful to my family because my daughter on her birthday it's always around election time. So we did a surprise birthday party for my daughter in the middle of our watch party
at the
of the election, but just the sex, if you're 14,
your watch
your
party.
daddy got to work at every one of your birthdays. That sacrifice is not lost on me, but a lot of people don't realize that that's what you have going on. You know what I mean? And so, seeing me now with them and the way I am with them now is because I started to really reflect they've given up a lot in order for me to serve the community in the way that I've served, according based on this passion that I have.
Right.
And so shout out to them for that, because her birthdays would be in the middle of campaign season and watch parties, and daddy got to work and we're going to be out late. You know what I mean? And they've given up a lot in order in service. So even if you don't see them, they made a lot of sacrifices to allow me to be able to serve and to do this work.
And
so
you don't understand how your support system make those sacrifices.
It's amazing. And with no headaches. I ain't have the headaches. I ain't have to argue. It was that's what you do. Go for it. Make it happen. We hope you win. I'm not finna be knocking on all them doors all the time, but they'll come out and help. You know what I mean?
Not for real.
But my
relational organized.
As a parent, even though your kids or your spouses always say it's okay, deep and down
they would prefer.
They would prefer. They still feel, they support you, but they still feel some type of
way.
You know what I mean? And they respect you and support you enough that they suppress.
Yeah. That's why I said it's a sacrifice.
So it's definitely
So I seen King Jal chime in, and I wish he was here. Get well soon, big brother.
Yes.
But I remember we met King Jal. I met him at a family fun day, and
he was cooking.
It was his birthday, and he was like, okay,
on his birthday.
He was like, okay, I'll grill, I'll do it. It's my birthday, so I probably ain't gonna be able to stay all day. You know, what I mean? But he actually organized the food. He organized getting the grill out there, and that was our entry point. That I remember.
So that was about 17.
Feels like it. That's when West, because we had
West came out.
You're an amazing organizer, man, because he had it was non-traditional people, but it was inspiring. People after they saw me doing it, and they was like, okay, that was your thing. He was like, wait, he young, he black, he
I swear.
and then I was like, and then what I would do. Hold on, I want to say this because it's important to me, right? I would intentionally put him in places where I knew people would be uncomfortable with him.
He used to do it. I'm going to send me. I'm a little scrappy. Send me,
and he had the dreads. He still was wearing the big pants. And then they would ask for me to come. And even if I could, I'd be like, Jwago, And then he show up, you know what I mean? They asked, it was a news interview. I never forget it. They was interviewing us about affordable housing, and they wanted somebody from the neighborhood. I said, Jabbar.
That's probably my first time ever been on the news.
And he had like the stocking cap on his head with the dreads coming up.
I just put it on. I'm trying to be clean. This is my way of straightening up.
And I'm talking about, but I was very intentional with sending him because we was talking about redefining what's cool
and changing the image.
And smart is the new gangster. Yep. And so he walk in there and you like, who is this guy? And he said, I'm here on behalf of Brother John. That's what I'm talking about. I'm like suit and bow tie every day, Brother John.
Yeah.
And so when he come in saying I'm here on behalf of Brother John, they like, what?
They like, wait a minute, hold on.
Like, and you got the cloud walking around, and when he walked in the room, it was just amazing. And I loved every moment of it.
So this is what I'm about to say. If you can't get the people to come to you, you go to the people.
Yes. Hey,
real deal.
Did what I want to say though. Big shots out to our colleagues and the people that work with us, our support system in doing this, because a lot of times, we the reason that we keep going. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember in that terror strategy office, man, we had plans. We was gonna make this big company. We, you know what I'm saying? We started for real. We started a pack. We started a pack. The pack ended up representing Maria Scruggs.
Yeah.
I remember, and the blessing is that we getting civically engaged. We bringing people in with us, and the people we bringing in people.
Right.
You get what I mean? It's the work, and the work speaking for itself. And I really enjoy it, because what we were able to do for me is kind of show people that it can be done. Right. So when they see us, oh man, I can do that. Oh, I went to school with him. Man, what you doing?
I heard that, man. I saw what y'all was doing. I like what y'all doing. I like what y'all doing. I saw what y'all was doing, man. That's why we doing it now. And that's the whole, I mean, when we talk about redefining what's cool, like we made community service, public service cool. Yeah. Because before it was like the old people, the older people, you know what I mean? And they was doing marches against us. Mm-hmm. And so we knew like,
we kind of turning that.
We turning the corner. and what I'm realizing now is that a lot of the people who was organizing and what we refer to as community leaders back in our day, they was the age that we is now. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And so you looked at them as like old people, but they was like in their mid and late 40s, like we are. You know what I'm saying? Like we and we the same way, but it's like we different because we remember. And I think a lot of times some of them forgot. You know what I mean? That whole forget where you come from type thing, and we never forgot.
But
and we always was there.
About it.
Always there.
That's it. We were conscious about like staying rooted, staying grounded. Because I ain't gonna lie. No matter, I done had a lot of like positions doing this stuff. No, not a lot, but enough. Yeah. And my grounding factor is the community. Right. So when things ain't working at the job, me and colleagues ain't getting the loan, I'm getting this, and this ain't happening. This is supposed to be happening. And my grounding factor is that I know I'm here to serve and help the community.
Yeah. I'm glad you said that. And that's why you are always accepting people regardless to come in and work with you, and not rejecting people, because the objective is to get it right and not to be right.
Yeah.
That's and so,
you be saying that, but
all the time. And that, so when you see people won't let other people in, it's because they want to be right. They don't want to
get it right.
They don't want to get it right. Yeah. That's not their first priority. Right. Their first priority is to be the one who put it in place, the one that's gotta be right. When you take you out of it and make it about the community, you accept whatever comes in there.
Freestyle Friday, calling. What's on your mind?
Hey man, I want to give a shout out, man, to this Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. This is Eric Jackson, man.
What's going on, big brother?
Hey man, I just want to let y'all know, man. By being in the city, man, and watching y'all do y'all thing, especially big shout out to my brother Jabbar. Yes. Y'all been more than just leaders and organizers, man. Y'all been definitely true inspiration.
Thank you.
I came home from prison, man. I threw a big event at 24Ks when me and Jabbar first connected.
Right.
We had the whole city out there.
24K.
And,
24K. I ain't never been, but I know where it's at.
Hey. So yeah, this is yesteryear.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. BC, right?
So what was so strange though? I seen I seen the bar come through. He got his little equipment, camera crew. I'm like, we just invited some people over here. Who all these stars over here coming up in here? Then the next thing, you see the brother in City Hall.
Wow.
Like, what?
From 24K to City Hall.
Trust me, bro. This is a walking experience. I've seen this with my eyes.
Yes, sir.
And that right there, it really, man, it really hit with like, for people out here, man, we ain't know nothing about no politics. We ain't know none of that. But it was inspiring for somebody who walked like us, looked like us, and started like chopping it up and just sharing like, this is what this is about, y'all. Right. This is where it's going on. So a lot of stories. It's so much I got to get at the bar.
Yes,
because the bar you helped bring us back. We was unrattled. Yeah, and your conversations definitely shed a lot of light. Then Brother John, we around here we trying to squash the beef with child support. You get a caravan or individual slide up on the next thing I know we talking with RZA. We around here trying to talk to these people in child support.
Yes, sir.
I'm like, these are some amazing brothers.
Yes,
and I'm gonna give y'all flowers, man. Y'all deserve it, bro. And just keep doing what you're doing because it's inspiring a lot of us. Trust me. And you already know.
Yeah, appreciate that. Why you got the mic, man? Tell us where you at this weekend.
Oh man, this weekend, man, we feeding twice, man. We had New Bethel Community. We're gonna be feeding the homeless on Saturday from 1 to 5. Then we're gonna go down with our elderly facility. We're gonna be feeding them. It's more private, so not to the public.
Okay.
But that's gonna be done on Sunday. So yeah, we got about 80 plus elderly families that see us every third Sunday.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? When we talk about redefining what's cool.
You know what I just
so he ain't just calling in like Cap. That's why I say, why you got the mic? Tell me what you're doing. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Like we in the ring.
Come on, man. Come on.
We ain't playing, man.
Like we had to do it for real. I appreciate the call.
We ain't playing, man.
Thank you, big brother. Keep up the good work.
Hey, I want to say big shout out to the whole 727 store team because
Yeah.
Store 727 on Facebook, man. These boys so inspiring. They dropping tons of food off in the community.
Yep.
Great, like you just don't believe. And I've never really seen they call it mutual aid when you give people food and stuff.
Yeah.
I have never really seen like a bunch of hood brothers
doing mutual aid
consistently. I'm talking about consistently. Tons.
Yeah, not like just at Thanksgiving, not just at Easter. They
every weekend.
Every weekend.
And I don't know if y'all know what it takes to do something like that.
No.
Every week.
And then connect the dots to have food coming in from there and have the freezers for over there.
So just
but look, that's a skill set that you learn in the streets.
It is.
I'm just saying.
Distribution, man. They're doing it every. Again, that means they got to have somebody on Wednesday to get this over here Friday. It's a well-oiled machine.
Those are transferable skills.
Yes.
Right? And you can bring in food and feed the community and like really become.
And I want to build on that. So when you have those transferable skills, it turns you into a transformational leader.
Ooh.
You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And a lot of times we just don't see how we can transfer those skills to be a transformational leader. Right. And then you be in the room like, oh man, I didn't think of that. No, why? Because we are the people that have been impacted.
Right.
We've been on ground zero. We've been in those pantry lines. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
So now to turn around and say, no, I'm not in the line. I'm here to serve you. What box you want? You want a box?
That's right.
I'll bring it to your car. I'm telling you, they had me moving boxes to the car. I'm like, I ain't even come here for this.
That's right.
I got a box. The old lady telling me to come on, baby, put it right there. I'm like, all right. So big shouts out to Store 77 and all that they doing because they really putting us, in the place we need to be.
We do have Ask Kiana, but it's a heady one and it's real big
it's too long.
So we can pause it. We can come. We'll do that on
Monday.
Yeah, we'll do it on Monday. But I see Miss Peanut, aka King Ree, in the building. He said I could talk for 15 shows in a row on giving Prano his flowers. I truly enjoyed my seat next to a genuine genius.
Oh man, thank you, big dog. From a genius, from a genius,
a genius to a genius.
Yes, man.
And that's the other thing too, just about like the progression and the growth, like over the time. and like I said, for me, you know, I started, you know, with my work in the nation, right? And then transitioned to like more public facing, you know, in this political spaces, learning like that part of it around that same time. So that was like 2011 when I began with the neighborhood association. And then 2012, like it was end of 2011, matter of fact, when Supercat was like, I want to do something. I want to really like try and get in front of this violence. So Supercat reached out, you know, because again, I'm the neighborhood president. And so my constituents, like, I got ideas. I want to do something. And so Supercat was like a catalyst too.
Yes, big catalyst.
And then when Supercat came, because he like connected me with you, but he was very explicit. He was like, look, I can get it started, but I know I'm not going to, you know, probably be there. You know what I mean?
Listen, that boy did something, dog. He did. That was something. That wasn't
like he assembled the team, and like so that's when more resources and like Wes and then I started bringing people who I knew. So Tamara Felton, that's when Lisa Wheeler came. Like it was like people we started putting it, and it was like this hodgepodge of different people from different perspectives that just went to work. You know what I'm saying? And then some, you know, stayed, but Supercat was always clear. He was like, man, I'm here to just get it going. Once it get going, I'm out of here. You know what I'm saying?
But you can respect that.
Absolutely, because he was very upfront with that. He didn't just start and fall off. You know what I mean? Because this work, as you start working with people, you start seeing people. That's the other part of it. And then when you're working with people in community, we talk about highlights and challenges. You start working with people who you know, they want to be the smartest ones in the room, or you know what I'm saying? And then if you come in with an idea, they're going to tell you, oh yeah, we tried that already. We did that back in this day and that won't work. And so you have all of those types of things that if you don't have a passion, if you don't persist, then you'll just do like I was about to do. You just go get another job, man. It's like I'm finna just you know what I mean? Like I'm finna go ahead because it ain't paying. I'm doing this on my free time. And then I'm walking in here, I'm arguing with y'all
like this.
Yeah, y'all, this how y'all
don't even appreciate what I'm doing.
Yeah, and then I'm 33 and I'm the youngest one in the room. You know what I'm saying? Right. And they celebrate me as the youth, and I'm like, this ain't the youth. Like we need to really go.
I'm almost 40.
Right. You know
what he's talking about, and it almost honestly, it almost feels insulting. Yeah. Right. Because for me, it was like I was a kid, but I ain't gonna lie, I was all right and I accepted it because, you know, I was a kid because I didn't know like what was going on.
I'm a kid in this world.
I was just learning.
But I'm a grown man outside of this. Yeah. Like I got a whole family with a lot of responsibilities.
But it's almost like a frat and you being hazed in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You almost going through your hazing. Ooh. You get what I'm saying? And can you stand up there with that toothpaste and that thing and stand up? And if you can, then you in.
Because you in. Because a lot of
people don't do what
I'm going out of here, man. What are you talking about? You talking to me like this here, man? I'm for real. I'm somebody. Yeah. Y'all don't know I'm somebody?
Right.
I'm like, you know I'm really somebody.
And if you don't know that, and if you don't know that, then you'll start thinking, dang, I ain't really nobody. Like you have to have that.
We do. It tell you down.
Organizing is kind of like entertainment. Like you have to know who you are and be confident in who you are.
It's just like that.
We gonna have to do another show.
It should be a part of entertainment. It's like a division. Because
I want to acknowledge this before we run out of time. We're gonna have to do another show on the work that we did during the pandemic. Because that was some next level stuff.
So this part one, then y'all look for part one.
Y'all look for part two.
Yes, the pandemic work.
The pandemic work, man. And we got to have King Jab in the building. We might need to just put the band together.
Man, late side chat. We should late side chat.
Okay.
Because it's so in depth. It's so much.
Because we when we started, we didn't stop. You know what I'm saying? And I guess if I had to start to land this plane in transition, I wanted to spend the time this morning on Freestyle Friday having this conversation. Is because I was in the parking lot last night with Officer Brown. Officer Alexa Brown.
Big shout out to Officer Brown, man. See what kind of growth I just did. Police officers, right? Officer Brown is a great person.
And so she just got out of college. She, you know, and so
Charles Park. She got neighborhood
resource officer, and she really in the community. And so we was having a conversation, and it's like a series of things, right? So. You know, I'm in big events and I'm seeing people who I haven't seen in a while. And as I'm going out, you know, people coming to me and they telling me about, you know, what they're hearing. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and one person in particular came up to me and she was like, I heard something, you know, I was with, you know, a certain group of people and like they was talking crazy about you. And I had to get them together because like they got this idea from wherever they got this idea from that I'm something that I'm not. And she was like, nah, I had to like straighten them and I had to get them. And I've heard this a couple times from people like telling me like they've been in rooms and they having to get people together about me. And so I was like, wow, it like dawned on me. It's like, okay, so it's just another wave in this organizing where you finding different barriers. Like we talked about the barriers that you had, the public perception, people not wanting to pass torches and all of that. And it's like, I'm starting to see that happen now in this phase. And it hit me while I was talking to her. I'm like, you know what? It don't matter to me because I'm going to help my people.
Let's go.
Like, I'm here to do it. Like, if you've learned nothing else about me, then you know that I am here to do it. And I'm not going to stop doing it. So it's just all about how I do it and what role I'm in or what position I'm in. But I'm going to do this. I'm going to do it. Like, that's,
walk in your purpose.
I'm going to do it. Like, whether I'm a city council member or whether I'm a neighborhood president or whether I'm just Brother John from over here. Like, I'm going to do this. And there's nothing that anybody on God's green earth that can do to stop me from helping my people because that's what I believe my purpose in life is. Now, the role that I'm in is the role that I'm in. And I know that these come and go. And that's why it's like, brother, that's my title. If you want to give me a title, my title is brother because you can never stop me from being a brother. And I try to live up to being a good brother in everything that I do. So I don't care. I care, but I don't. You know what I mean? I care, but I don't because it's like they trying to stop. It's like you're not going to stop me from helping my people. You might stop me from getting elected. You might stop me from getting a job, but you're not going to stop me from helping my people. That was why I wanted to like just kind of do some recapping because that's where it's at. They're my final thoughts, man. I love my people. I love the community. I love what I do, and I'm going to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm going to do it.
Now, how do you follow behind?
So when they start posting clips, because they're going to start, next year when they're going to start digging, they're going to be looking at the shows and they're going to be finding things from the show to highlight and comments that I made. Find this one. You know what I'm saying? And just know that you're not going to stop me from helping my people. So
he say, find this one.
You look what I'm finding.
And when you do the little clip, say, I'm not going to stop.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not going to stop helping my
I tried to stop.
And your people is this.
I tried to stop. I tried to stop a few times. I remember one time I stopped my family. I stopped one time. This was like 2007. Last thing I'll say. I stopped on 2007. My family was like, you need to get back going. Like, you got to get back. You got to get out of here.
What you got to do is organize. Right here, go.
You got to get out of here, boy.
What? Actually, we're
I'm sorry.
Jabbar, you got anybody?
Yes, man, what he said.
Yeah.
All right, be the change you want to be. Write down those 5 things. I hope y'all enjoyed today because we definitely enjoyed y'all.
Freestyle Friday.
I mean, honestly, and y'all stay tuned because we have Sister Hughes.
Make you lose your shoes. Shout out around the house.
That's real.
Real deal.
Total praise.
Well, thank y'all again for tapping in, man. This has been the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother John.
This is Kiana.
I'm the one and only Mr. Edmond.
We out.